tú tienes, no tengo mucho tiempo, so tienes que mirar el exterior. So, primero pregunta, ¿tiene título?
Claro, tengo todo.
¿Tiene título?
Sí.
¿Ese es el título?
No.
¿Dónde es?
Tengo la casa, tengo todo.
Okay, yo puedo chequear. Alright, so he's basically saying that the title's in the house. So, what type of title? Clean title? ¿Título limpio?
Sí, todo está bien. Todo está bien.
Okay, yo quiero chequear acá. So, he's basically saying it's a clean car, wants to check it out. So I'll try to check out the tread. So if you kind of see in here.
Yesterday, no, el Saturday, last Saturday, inspección y registración.
Okay, so he's basically saying that he just got the thing inspected and everything's good to go. So in New York State, what we got is we have safety and emissions inspections, so everything looks good. So if you kind of look at the tread, it's all good. If you look at the brakes, ha encendido el carro.
Sí.
Oh, no le gusta, me gustó cuando el carro es frío. Es frío.
Yo lo prendí hace un momento cuando vine porque tenía calor, me presenté a tomar un poquito de aire.
So, está esperando en acá. Okay, yo entiendo. Okay, so he was basically saying that. So basically, we wanted to see a car. You don't want it to be hot, but he needed it to be that way because he wanted to. He needed to stay cool while he's waiting for me. Now I'm trying to look at the brakes. I'll try to see. I don't see too much brake. I think this is a bad angle, but I really don't see. I can't see, but I really can't see too much of what I want to see here. But usually with cars, right, what you want to do, you kind of want to make sure that they're cold so you can see how everything is cold, so you can especially take a look at that coolant. That means I got to try to get under the car. So, yeah, but the tread looks new. Tread looks new.
Matrícula.
Okay.
Está allá en mi casa, en mi house.
Okay, yeah, so I look at that. Alright, see. Tiene más. Okay, sí, 14, 2014. Las millas. ¿Dónde están las millas? Okay, aquí.
La milla está allí.
Yo estoy ver también aquí también. Okay, no liens, está muy bien, está muy bien. Alright, so you kind of showed me the title. Everything looks good. I want to try to take a closer look at it, but alright, let's try to see underneath. See if anything. So I see that there's water underneath, but that's because of the AC. That's consistent with what he said. Okay, yo entiendo. Yo quiero chequear sobre de la cama. Okay, so let's try to see. Alright, so we kind of look at that. So basically a bit of rust on the undercarriage, but you know, that's kind of okay for the most part. What you kind of want to see, you don't want to see any rust. So that's the shock. That's for your suspension. And then for the strut, it's way back there. It's behind the shock, right? So there's like a little piece of rust right past the shock. That's the strut. I can't get a good angle, but from what I see, this looks really good to me. Okay, and then, you know, that's the ball joint. And then this is the catalytic converter. All right, a lot of good stuff under there. Really good car. Yeah, so here, right, that's the shock. The strut's gonna be behind the shock. Can't really see it, but it's there, right? Even though this undercarriage is a bit rusty, it's kind of good. All right, and I think the front, and then, you know, I think with that, let's try to look at the engine, right? So, see, eso es 6, es a V6 or V4?
6.
Okay, so this is a V6, so that means it has much more power. A V4 with an SUV, you never want a V4 with an SUV because it takes time on the highway. So if you have a highway, if you want to try to get on the highway, it's going to be tough. So for now. Let's try to open up the, you can't really see anything. When you want to try to see any kind of leaks, you want to probably look at all the hoses. You want to make sure they're nice, they're not frayed, they're not rusty, there's nothing cut. You want to see that there's nothing cut in between the wires. Like you see, they're opening in the wire, but you don't got to worry about that. Right, so the battery, you want to make sure the terminals are clean. You don't want to see anything growing on it. So that's a negative. There's a bit of thing growing on it, but it needs to be all over it to be a bad battery. All right, and then the battery casing is really good. All right, now that's the engine oil. And then usually when it comes to SUV, you have a transmission dipstick. Oh, I forgot paper towel. Tiene toalla? Right, so basically what you want to try to do is you want to basically try to check the level, and this has been on. I don't know how long, but I think it really should be up there. It looks like it's a bit down there, right? It has like low oil, so that's one problem I'll probably want to try to mention. Yeah, so this engine's been on. So, but the engine's low. That oil looks new, but the engine's a little low. So I'm kind of worried about some. Okay, so yo tengo una pregunta. La aceite es un poco bajo, ¿ok? Es un poco bajo, no sé. Pero, okay, yo veo este aceite ha sido cambiado. Inicialmente.
Hace como maybe como 15 días.
Oh, 15 días.
No
Okay.
consume aceite, ¿no?
Ok, so yo estoy pensando, ¿es un problema con el engine o su mecánico no hace la trabaja correctamente?
Sí,
So,
eso está correcto, todo, eso está correcto.
porque el aceite es demasiado bajo. Dentro también. So, ¿sí? Ok, chequear y comprobarlo. Comprobarlo para chequear. So basically the owner tried to tell me he got the engine changed up 5 days ago, but otro lado. Sí, en la línea aquí está el aceite está aquí, so es su mecánico. Yo estoy pensando en su mecánico, no estoy pensando en el
Yo no he llevado ese carro a mecánico.
¿Ah?
Yo no lo he llevado a mecánico.
Okay.
Nunca.
Okay.
Solamente cambiar aceite. Solamente cambiar el aceite.
So,
Compré el aceite en la tienda y fui y lo cambié. Pero yo no he llevado carro mecánico. Este carro nunca ha ido mecánico.
Okay, estoy pensando, si esa es la manera, necesita más aceite en su engine, porque es un poco bajo. Pero yo quiero contigo para chequearlo. Yo estoy pensando, el engine está bueno, pero el nivel necesita más aceite en la próxima vez.
Si necesita más, eso no es un problema.
Sí, no problema ahora. Entonces en 2,000, 3,000 a 14,000 millas es un problema en eso. Pero sí, yo entiendo, pero este carro es abajo de 100,000. So, yo sé, pero después de 100,000, tú lo ves. Right? So he's saying that even with how he's been doing the oil, right, everything's been good, right? So this is the air filter. To try to take this off, I need a bolt, so I can't really see the air filter.
Maybe. Yo tengo el carro 2 años y trabajo, y por eso lo mudo, porque para los que limpian, la limpiadora.
Okay.
Sí, pero me vienen a buscar y yo no muevo ese carro. Yo lo compré para trabajar en él y no pude hacer el negocio que iba a hacer, y por eso lo vendo. Pero yo nunca lo he llevado al mecánico.
Okay. So he basically tried to say 2 years he had this car. I know es un nuevo carro también. So cuando comprado, usado o nuevo?
Usado.
Okay, usado. So yeah, he's okay. ¿Y el precio?
Que yo lo compré.
Sí.
Cuando yo lo compré en 17.
Okay, eso sí.
Pero
Sí,
tiene-
pero es un
tiene-
buen carro por eso. Es verdad. No es muy bueno.
No,
es
pero
demasiado.
17, ahí tan. A crédito salían 21. Yo dije que no, lo compré.
Sí, pago por todo. Comprado, no
Cash,
financiado.
cash.
Sí, entiendo. So he's basically saying he bought it out 17 grand. He could have done it for 21, right? So this is the coolant. The engine's hot. I'm not really going to get in there. This kind of lifts the lid. You know, I'm not too sure about that. But what I do want to do is I want to try to take off that. Está apágalo, right?
Está pagado.
See? Oh, I took out the lid. There's no froth, right? Basically, we were going through the engine. You want to see anything that's kind of frothy, right? So one of the things about these Cherokees that I did my research on is that, okay, that's the brake, and that's the brake fluid. It looks like it's kind of topped up, so that's kind of good. All right. So one of the things I researched about the Grand Cherokee is that there's electrical problems. So we're going to see what that looks like. So let me try to look around in the interior. All right, so we got some stuff. No spare tire. No spare wheel.